Kia ora, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel to Mixed Emotions. This is this month's Cavalier event quest in Marvel Contest of Champions. And basically what we're going to do here is we're going to bring in a heavily science team with Warlock and Doom. The science team is to counteract a lot of the science nodes. So basically, if you look at this event, a lot of the nodes favor science, so you can get poison on you, but you could shake it off on every dodge and parry, and that increases your attack rating, and you get passive furies, and you have infinite weakness and all sorts of stuff. So we're basically going to use Void and Human Torch and maybe Quake to clear the lane, and then we're going to meet at the boss. Okay, team, so we're back at the boss, and the boss is Deadpool. We've done pretty well, actually. The poison is reduced by 85%, so and also it triggers, you get all the benefits even if you are poison immune. So if you have like a She-Hulk or a Gulk or a Hulk, oh man, you're going to do massive amounts of damage. But even with Void and Human Torch and my willpower mastery, I was still regenning even after the poison, right? So it's not really like, it's not going to kill you. You don't really need the poison immune for it. So anyway, we get to Deadpool, and Deadpool has Supercharge. Every 15 seconds he gains power. Blood in the water, that doesn't mean anything to me. Nanoplague and Biohazard. So the problem with, so ideally I would bring in Warlock or Doom. So okay, so I have to bring in Quake, but let's talk about this. If I bring in Warlock, whenever I would get poisoned from the Biohazard, I would get 85% shock instead. Now I could just go parry heavy because I'll only get poison if I head into his block. So I could use a Warlock actually. Doom I can't really use because if I get bleed or poison, I'm kind of done for. And Quake I could also use, but because every 15 seconds he gains a power gain, then that's going to be an issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in with Warlock, and it's going to be quite simple here. We're basically going to just kind of parry heavy, and then if he gets to too much power gain, we're just going to have to heal it. The regen is probably less of a problem, but the power gain probably is going to be a problem. But you can see I can hit into his normal attack. That's not a problem. I just can't hit into his block. And I think at when he drops down to 30, he basically gets regen. So you can see there, normally I would be trying to head into that block just to draw out a hit, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to wait until he either throws the SP1 or comes at me. Quake is also a good option if you have her. The other person who'd be really good for this is Guillotine, the robot, 2099, because you can just keep spamming SP1. She's immune to both. Although you still don't want to hit into her block. But with the SP1 at hand, you can make sure that Deadpool never goes to SP3. So if you have the right setup against this guy, he's pretty damn easy with the strategy. Just parry, heavy, make sure you, see, this is why, I spoke too soon. This is why you don't want to head into his block. And I actually thought I threw that SP already, threw that SP2 already when he was open, which would have actually really finished him off, but I'm not sure how he blocked that. So Quake is another good option. Guillotine 2099 I think would be a great option for this. As with Morningstar, because I think Morningstar steals the power gain as well. But Warlock is really the best option against this guy if you're struggling with his power gain. But you know, realistically speaking, you're probably not going to struggle with this guy's power gain. And because of the concussion as well, his power gain doesn't really do much. So yeah, Warlock or Quake I think are the go-tos for this one, and Quake will benefit you in just trying to be able to clear the line. So I hope this helps if you are struggling with this guy. You know, those are a few options. You can also use like She-Hulk and no, but She-Hulk is not bleed immune. So yeah, I would say if you have it, Warlock or Quake. Or maybe somebody like Colossus who doesn't need to do a lot of damage to, you can use parry heavy. You don't need a lot of damage to take this guy out and push his power gain, and just keep pushing out that SP1 or SP2. All right, hope this helps, guys. If it did, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'll see you in the next one. Ka kite anō, bros and girls.